This is a response to Ian Crossland's video, Working Together. Ian, I wanted to mention, you can take this as a criticism if you will, but in watching your video, you were jumping all over the place. I mean, between electricity and gravity and other things, and then you were interrupted by a phone. And I've watched your other videos in these topics, and I think it would be a good thing for you to focus on one particular subject and try to stay with that. It makes it easier for us to respond to you rather than having to dissect your video and pick points out here and there and there and there. If you're focused on a topic, you can respond to a topic. Just a point that I wanted to make to you. You can take that for what it's worth. I do find the subjects you're talking about very interesting. I will tell you that my interest in these areas is the result of a near-death experience I had in 1973 when I was in the Army in Korea, doing a lot of drugs. At that time in the Army, if you were not doing drugs, you were drinking. Peacetime Army. And I OD'd, and my heart stopped beating for 4 minutes, and I had an experience which I will discuss in a future video, but it was a turning point for me in that it made me begin to look into areas I hadn't looked into previously, being life and death, being what's it all about, being what is this, what is that, things I had not thought about. And it put me on the path of knowledge, the path of seeking, the path of finding out. And once you go on that path, you don't get off of it. It's with you for life. This experience I had is to me is as fresh today as it was when I had it 34 years ago, when I was 19 years old. You had mentioned in your video your doubts about the reality of the present moment. I tend to believe that the present moment is the exact intersection of time and space. Now. It happens. It exists for a nanosecond, if I don't know what's even shorter than that, but it is an exact, precise point in time which exists for a duration which I don't even know if can be measured. But at the same time, as small as it is, if you think about it, 100 trillion light years away on some other planet, some other star, they're experiencing the same now as we are experiencing. That's how big it is. But it's also how small it is. That's where we run into problems in trying to make sense out of things, because our puny little brains have their limits. We are stuck here in this physical world. We are subject to time and space, the laws of gravity, magnetism, and other laws, and so we have to work within those. Fortunately, we're only restricted by those physically. Mentally, we can escape those boundaries through a number of mediums, one of which is dreaming, which I find a very interesting topic, especially lucid dreaming. lucid dreaming is a step beyond normal dreaming. Normal dreaming has no chronological time. It has no sense of space, is virtually non-existent, and it just happens. It seems to be a mishmash of things. But if you have the proper intensity of intent, you think about it during the day, you talk to yourself, you tell yourself, when I dream tonight, I want my dream to become lucid. You tell yourself that over and over. What you're doing is you're giving your subconscious a command. Your subconscious does not discriminate between a valid command and an invalid command. It just acts on what it's told to do. And over time, if you do this, you'll be in a dreaming state, and suddenly things will snap into focus, and you'll be lucid. It'll occur to you, I'm in a dream. And once it occurs to you that you're in a dream, you can take control of it. It takes practice, believe me. But you can take control of it. You can walk through walls. You can interact with the physical things around you. You can talk to the people around you, which are extensions of yourself, by the way. You can travel to other locations. Lucid dreaming, when it becomes mastered, becomes a gateway to the out-of-body experience, which is something else I'll discuss in a different video, since I don't have the time. But I think rather than going into life on other galaxies, fifth and sixth dimensions, and string theory, and all of that, you might want to focus yourself right here, because there are plenty of mysteries in our physical world to deal with, which can take a lifetime to resolve. Some people have trouble with the question, simple question, do you dream in color? They have to think about that. They really have to think about it, and 9 times out of 10 they don't know. They think maybe I do. I guess I do. I don't really know, or I don't remember my dreams. Everybody dreams, and everybody can remember their dreams if they suggest to themselves that they will. But rather than ask you that, I'll ask you this, Ian. Simple question. Do you remember in color? Not an easy question to answer, but one worth considering. Do you remember in color? With that, I'll close it out, but I did want to take a moment to say hi to my dearest friend Azriel, and to let him know that I love him dearly, and I thank you very much.